Bing.
Surprise, motherfucker. French fries, motherfucker. Sunrise, motherfucker. Hello. Welcome to episode 39 of What's the Buttons podcast. I am your host, Ashley.
It's a Saturday, so this feels fucking weird. It's cold in here. I'm hungry. Let's
I think I'm dying. What's that pain you get in the side? It's just like one of your organs is going to shut down.
liver failure.
Yeah, I think I got that one. Something hurts.
You can have that one.
Got an ambulance.
No,
No.
you're fine, bro. You got coffee, you got water, you got your vape juice. You're sweet as a nut.
I've got that healthy shit.
I got my fucking monster punch. We're all sorted. We join you on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, sorry about that. My brother selfishly decided to get married on a Friday,
Motherfucker.
which threw plans all over the place. And obviously Steph was busy doing other more important things. And here we are on a Saturday.
It's just how it be sometimes.
Got to make it work.
No one's going to fucking notice.
Nah. No one gives a fuck.
Who cares? Who cares?
But yeah, nevertheless, here we are. So welcome back. Thanks to all the Patreons, as usual. Thanks for all your questions and messages and all your love.
So
It's
many
lovely.
messages.
Yeah, it's delightful. I really think I might die here. Something hurts.
No, you're right. Make it through the next hour and then you can die in peace.
Okay.
You'll be fine.
Mission accepted.
Okay.
So let's kick shit off with, I don't know anything about it, so this is all on you, Diablo 4.
You're assuming that I know anything about
Well,
it.
you've been playing it, haven't you? Did you pre-order it or did you buy the KFC?
I fucking pre-ordered it, didn't I? I see that. I knew it ages ago. If you pre-ordered Diablo 4, you got a cool mount in World of Warcraft, and I see it flying around. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll have some of that. But I thought you had to get like the top tier edition to get hold of it, but you didn't. It was any edition. So I paid £60. Got me old pre-order, got me mount, and then the beta went. You get early access to the beta if you pre-ordered it. The beta for everyone else goes live on the 24th of this month until the 26th. So it's only 2 days. Whereas if you pre-ordered it, you got it on the 17th. So yeah,
Until the end, or just it stops after the weekend?
I think that's it. 26th, and that's it.
No, so you can play it from the 17th to the 26th?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I didn't
Yeah.
realise. I thought it was just the weekend, then the weekend.
No,
Okay.
17th to the 26th, and then you can get up to level 25. You do the prologue, and then Act 1, and that's the limitations of where you can go. In terms of, like, exploration, I think you're still limited to certain zones, but I don't know if it's sort of like you hit level 25 and do Act 1, and then it just can't do any more, like stops you from playing. I think you can just mooch about and do whatever you want to do. Obviously, you can play the different classes. So, if memory serves me correctly, you got Barbarian, Necromancer, the Druid, Sorcerer, fucking... is it Rogue? I think it might be Rogue or Hunter. I can't remember what they're called, but I'm playing as a Sorcerer. The Druid and the Necromancer are locked off at the moment. You can't play them. So I'm going to assume that they're still working on them, or they're just not required for the beta. I don't know. But I logged in yesterday. Had to wait an hour and a half, pretty much, to get in, because there's a massive queue. But once I got in, it's decent, man. I like it. It's good fun. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I won't lie. I have no clue. I don't know what gear is good, what gear isn't. Obviously, I got a bit of knowledge from World of Warcraft in terms of stats and shit like that. But from the couple of hours that I've played so far, seems very promising. Seems very, very, very fun. It basically, you played Diablo Immortal, didn't you, for a little bit?
Yeah, but I played Diablo 3 a lot more than Immortal.
Yeah, it's very well. Obviously, it's similar, but just very fun graphically. It looks really good. The character customizations are really fucking cool. All the different hairstyles and the body tattoos you can get. You can make your geezer look real fucking decent. So yeah, it's sort of I got high hopes for this one. It comes out on June 6th, I believe. Whether it gets delayed or not, I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping that it doesn't. So there's still a bit of a wait for it to fully release. But 100%, I think it's decent, man. It feels good. It feels good to play. Abilities feel fun. It looks fucking fun. Like I said, I don't really know what's going on though.
Diablo 3 was a fun game, but I didn't really understand really what I was doing. Now I'm more accustomed to them kind of games. I think I'll enjoy Diablo 4 a lot more.
Yeah, because it's on console.
Oh yeah,
It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's not coming to Switch or anything like that. But it definitely feels like the kind of game where you can either put a shit ton of hours into it and be top tier, or you can play it very casually if you wanted to, if that makes sense. Yeah, it just I haven't felt a connection yet like we're playing it. Like I haven't been that invested in the story or anything like that with cutscenes and stuff. If there's long dialogue, I found myself skipping through it because I'm just sort of not interested. But I don't know whether that's because of how I play games or if it's the game itself that just isn't intriguing me in that sense. The cutscenes are cool. Like the prologue, the first like opening scenes, very gory, very like it looks very good. So yeah, I wish I'd have a shit ton more to talk about it, but you sort of caught me as I was playing it, so I've come off. So I'll have even more to talk about next week when I actually have hit the max level of it and shit like that.
yeah. I like Diablo 3. I like the look of Diablo 4. I'm hearing glowing reports from people that are playing it, so it looks very exciting. I love loot games. It's exactly why I love Destiny 2 so much. So
you still get that, like, because obviously it is getting like I've got a couple of pieces of legendary gear. I know that in World of Warcraft terms, having a piece of legendary gear is like, oh fucking hell, like the drop chance of it is so fucking low. Whereas I know on Diablo it's different, that you get legendary gear as and when, and it's quite more frequent than anything else, and you can upgrade it easily and blah 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 blah. But it still has that little zing to it when you get a decent drop out of nowhere. And I think because I don't really understand the game, I'm killing shit, and I've got like 2 or 3 pieces of gear that are legendary, and even though I don't really know what's going on, just having that type of gear drop is still like, oh fucking hell, this is cool, and then upgrading it. And I think the talent trees on it are very cool as well. I can't wait to delve into that, because it seems like there's quite a lot of different builds that you could do and different talents and different play styles, like defensively, and you got shit with shields, or you got shit where you can fucking smash into people. It seems quite interesting, so I know that when it fully releases, there'll be guides on what's the best fucking build for this and blah 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 blah. But yeah, I can't wait for Druid and Necromancer to unlock. I don't know whether they're actually unlocking in this beta or not, but I wanted to play as the Druid, because when you load in, you've got them all standing there, and the Druid standing there with 2 massive fucking wolves sitting next to it. I was like, I want that. I want that shit.
I want that.
It looks
inside
cool.
me.
It looks very cool. So, yeah, I started off as a sorcerer, because I always go for the melee class. I always go for the warrior. The warrior.
Why?
Because I can't help it. The warrior, barbarian type fucking hack and slash geezer. And recently I've sort of tried to steer away from that kind of play style and go more into the range type of thing.
I'm exactly the same as you. Any option where they're like sword or magic or bow. I'm like, sword please.
Yeah, sword. My whole WoW career has been melee based, whereas now I'm going towards the range side of it just for a different feel. So I thought I'd do this on Diablo as well. So I picked the sorcerer. Very, very, very fun. And then I thought, fuck it, I'll make a barbarian as well, just to see what they're like. Made him look like Thor from Ragnarok, and then even named him Thor, which was crazy. I didn't realise you could. I thought someone would have taken that by now. Didn't like it. I just didn't like it. That hacking and slashing, I feel being a sorcerer just felt way more fun. It feels fucking overpowered being a sorcerer. I got this ability, like a lightning bolt thing, but it ricochets off of enemies, and it just zing, 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 just one-shots things. I got this ability where you can summon 4 fucking fire-breathing dragon heads out the ground, and they'll just spit fucking fire at things randomly. It feels good, man.
Basically, for Voldemort.
Pretty much, yeah, because you can where like if you looked at something like World of Warcraft, so say a mage, which is a sorcerer on Diablo, you have your talent tree. So in WoW you have arcane, frost, and fire. You pick one of those trees, and that's what you are. All your spells will orientate around that specific type of thing. Whereas what it seems like on Diablo, you can mix and match it all. So it has the fire, frost, and then lightning. But you can have like lightning bolt and then fire bolt if you wanted to, and then further down the tier you can have a fucking frost shield if you wanted to, or the fucking dragons that come out of the ground. It seems very, you haven't got to just stick to that one specific path, which feels very cool. I like that aspect, and I'm sure it's the same with the barbarians as well. You think fucking like Viking berserker type where it's two axes and then that's it. No, fucking barbarians in this, you can have 2 axes, a massive fucking sledgehammer on your back, and then another weapon. I think it's 4 weapons you can have on the go as a barbarian, and you can swap between them all. So they look fucking cool. It's just a very, I think everyone's going to like it. Anyone that picks this game up is going to enjoy it.
With regards to the legendary gear, about it being special in WoW, in Diablo, it's different, isn't it? Because you're not just searching for legendary gear. You're searching for legendary gear with, whilst they may be more frequent, yes, but you're looking for certain roles of equipment.
You're looking for god rolls.
Yeah, you're not just looking for, oh yeah, I've got the legendary gear, but it hasn't got the stats that I want. And then deep into the end game where you can go into like, I don't know, it's called chaos mode and endless mode and all these other torment mode or whatever it is.
And you can change shit around.
Yeah, where the real end game is, you can use like rune words. And
you've got affixes that you can equip to certain gear and things like that.
So the end game is not obviously where you're at now, but it's not all about the gear. It's about gear and then the minute details of each piece and what you're going to do with it, etc.
Yeah, it's the gearing side of it is completely different to what I'm used to, and I think that's the bit that I will somewhat struggle most with getting to grips with, because like you say, World of Warcraft is very much, there are certain bits of gear where the stats do change, but generally when you hit that high end game gearing, it is the gear that you're looking at, the stats aren't changing. You can add shit to it, but that specific gear, it's not like you're going to get one with, I don't know, 200 crit, and then you can get the same thing drop and it'll have 200 haste instead. No, it's going to be, that is what it is. So yeah, like you say, the fact that you can have gear drop and it have different stats and you can change it all around and shit like that, it's going to be quite a bit to get used to. I'm fucking looking forward to the fact that you can do this and it's not going to be fucking pay to win like Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, I think that's what I don't like. I love spending money in computer games. I don't like spending money in computer games because I feel I have to or need to. I like, there's a wolf hat. I want it.
Yeah.
I spend £8 on that.
Yeah, that cosmetic looks good.
I don't mind doing that. I like, because it's going to have, I think it's going to have battle passes or season passes or something.
Yeah.
I'm all up for that. I love cosmetics. I love it. I love battle passes because I like grinding them and getting rewards, and then them rewards won't come back again. So that FOMO effect of, you ain't going to be able to ever get this because I've got it in season 2.
What it is, yeah.
I like that. But when it's like you say, you have to spend, £50 to open these runes and see if you get a rare drop, and fuck all that.
Yeah, you got to spend X amount of money to be able to upgrade your gear. Because I was explaining to someone at work, he's massively into Diablo, and he like from Diablo 1, he liked Diablo 3, but he says like Diablo 1 and 2 were like his top tier. He's quite a bit older than I am. And he was saying that he really liked Diablo Immortal, but he never got to the end of it. And I think I had a hand in putting him off of it because obviously Diablo Immortal, I hit max level and then I hit that paywall rather quickly, and that just pissed me off, man. That you did have...
You were well into it, weren't you?
Yeah. We went to fucking Lanzarote and just stayed in the hotel playing Diablo Immortal. We were so over it, and just that and it was pay to win, because I said it sucks the fun out of it when you know that you could get matched with someone who might not have the same skill level as you, might be fucking worse at the game than you are, but they've paid to have the better stats than you've got, so they're going to outperform you. I don't like that shit. You shouldn't be able to, in a competitive format, you shouldn't be able to pay to have better gear, which creates a skill gap in favour of the person who's actually shitter than you are. I don't like that. It sucks the fun out of it. It's very boring. They're not doing that in Diablo 4, and they can't do that in Diablo 4 because there's a fucking 60 quid price tag attached to the game. Could you imagine? You pay 60 quid for the game and then it's paid to win. Fuck me. You go mental with it.
That's what happened to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and it died.
It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. That pay to win stuff is a game killer. 100%.
Yeah, unless you release it for free, then it's a different story. But even then, I think people are over it. I think people are much more in my camp in terms of people don't mind spending money on optional things because also it's optional. You don't need to. If you want to, you can, and people like having cool looking stuff and people will.
Yeah.
You don't need to put on this pay to win stuff, and I don't think, because obviously the pay to win aspect in a lot of mobile games and other games similar, they're catered towards whales, what they call them. What whales are, people that spunk thousands of pounds and they can put 20 grand to get max level. I don't think catering to whales for pay to win models is gonna gain you more money in the long run as opposed to just having cosmetics that people will buy for a long period of time over many years and just keep drip feeding that. I don't think the whales spending X amount, because the whales will get bored and move on to the next big thing.
Of course they will.
Whereas people that like plodding along with games like this will just keep plodding along.
If you've got something that's going to cost, I know it isn't, but if you've got something that costs say $5,000, and there's only 10 people that play your game that will be able that can afford to just spend $5,000 on something, but the other fucking million people haven't got the funds to pay that, or you have a cosmetic that's going to cost a fiver. Well, that 1 million people, chances are about half of them, maybe more, are going to be able to spend the £5 on that cosmetic. So that, yeah, you're right. You've then made more money by having something that's very small but in a much larger quantity than this massive thing that only fucking a handful of people can buy.
Exactly, and you'll get a lot more people willing to carry on playing the game. You won't get this media backlash. People will just be happy to plod along. I mean, if Diablo 4 comes out and it's sick and I love it, and they'll basically become a subscription for me. Every time there's a season pass, I'll buy it, and I'll just continue to play.
And you got a company like Blizzard behind it that are extremely good at making cosmetics. Their art department are fucking top notch when it comes to design and stuff like that. And Diablo it looks fucking incredible, and they've always made decent outfits. So their capability to make pay cosmetics is uncapped. They'll make some seriously cool looking shit. And just from the little bits of gear that I've got already, I think my guy looks sick. He's just wearing some random shit, but he's got a cape on, a cool fucking wolf on his head, and all sorts of shit. He just looks fucking cool. So yeah, 100%. I'll be with you on that one. When it comes out, yeah, you're damn right. I'll be fucking paying for the season pass and all that shit and any other fucking cosmetic that comes out because I want to.
Any RPG fan knows that it doesn't matter what the stats are. If it looks better, it's getting worn.
I'm having it. Yeah.
I'm not mix matching all this shit gear because it's got better stats. If I can get like a black hood and cape, and I'm all
but
over
it has a transmog system on it.
Yeah, that's what you want, exactly.
And because World of Warcraft never used to have transmogrification. It was a couple of expansions in is when they released it, and it was such a game changer because you had people doing that. They were wearing specific gear because it looked cool, rather than choosing the gear that looked fucking awful because the stats were higher. And once you bring out the capability to change the appearance of your gear, then it makes the game so much more playable and enjoyable because your character looks fucking sick, and you can have the best gear possible for that character without suffering the fact that you might have, I don't fucking know, like a helmet, but it's a top hat rather than like some fucking evil dragon skull. Transmog is so cool. I'm glad that other games are starting to implement that into their systems, like with Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, even Hogwarts has had it in it, so it's pretty much industry across the board now.
It's a smart idea. One, I mean, with like WoW, so I've spent quite a decent amount of money on transmogs, like getting achievements and shit like that. I think one gripe I have when it comes to things like WoW, and I think Diablo might do the same thing, I haven't checked it yet, is charging you in-game currency to do a transmog.
It's the same as Destiny 2, but whilst it's not the most ideal thing, it also, in a strange roundabout way, for me, adds more content, because now something else to go out and do, something else to go and grind for. I want the resources to change this stupid top hat into this skull mask. So I'll go out and kill these bosses and collect these bits and go back, and then I feel rewarded for my effort, because now I don't have to wear that stupid top hat.
I think my one with WoW is that you can save sets, so you can create little things and like little outfits and stuff like that, and then you can save them. And I've always felt if I create a set, transmog it, I save that set, so I paid the money to change into it. I shouldn't have to pay the money again to change into it if I change my gear again, because I've already fucking paid and saved it. But it's not mega expensive. It's fucking, you're talking pennies. It's just a little gripe that I have. I don't know whether Diablo does it. Like I say, I know you can transmog on it because it even fucking tells you can, but I just haven't done it yet. I don't actually have any gear that. I think I do now, but when I first checked it, like the wardrobe or whatever, I didn't have there was nothing in there that I could transmog to.
If I get KFC on the way home, can I get this Diablo beta?
I don't know.
I think you can.
I don't know. I honestly, I haven't got a clue.
I'm pretty sure you have to buy like a double down burger or some shit. It's something called like that, and then you can get a code for the
double down
beta.
burger.
Because I will buy it. I like Diablo 3. I never played Diablo 2, but I like Diablo 3. Now I have an understanding of what that sort of game is. Because when I played Diablo 3, I was more like, I don't know, Skyrim and Mass Effect. I was more like story based, and like you, I was just like, what is this? It's not really. You're not playing that game for story. You're playing it for backstory, but loot.
Hack and slash and loot.
I want loot. I want hard bosses. I want dungeon crawling. That's what the game is. So when I was playing it, I was like, what? And I also didn't like the fact that I was changing my weapon every 5 minutes. But obviously knowing now, that's just the way it is until you get late game, and then you stick with the same weapon until you get that god roll, and you're like, oh my god, you know. So now I understand how that works. And
but you can upgrade your weapon and your gear very early on. Like I've already upgraded a couple of my bits because I didn't want to get rid of them. So it does seem like you won't be just constantly swapping out a lot of stuff.
There's not much more satisfying in gaming in general than smashing this boss for fucking 20 minutes, and then he just explodes into loot all over the place, gold and items, and you're just like, give me all of that, give me all that my shit. Bag, yeah, man, and going back and breaking them down for resources and selling them, and
that's basically what you do on Diablo.
That's just what I love. I just love that loop of smashing a boss, getting the loot, going back, dismantling stuff, selling stuff. And I could just do that on games forever. And that's why I love Destiny.
The bit that I love about Diablo is that it's not sparse. So it's almost like every fucking 1 in 5 mob that you kill, you're getting something out of it. It might be a bit of shit, but it's still, the loot is plentiful, which I quite like, rather than it being something like World of Warcraft where it's only really like the bosses that will drop something. It's very rare that that shit drops from something else. So I do like that aspect of it.
I think my plan going forward is to get a KFC on the way home, and if I don't get a beta code, then I think I'm just going to reinstall Diablo 3 because I need to get back into that game mode.
Access KFC's website or open the official KFC app for Android or iOS, order a double down fried chicken sandwich, or look for other meals that have the label Diablo Early Access in their picture. After your order is finalised, you'll receive an early access beta key for Diablo 4 in your email or in KFC's mobile app.
There we go.
So it's guaranteed.
There we go.
What a decent way to get a fucking beta key. So I've spent fucking 60 quid. That's a very cool way to get a beta key.
And it's handy because when I leave here, I'm going to be hungry and I pass a KFC. So winner.
Bro, I'm going to be
chicken dinner.
I'm gonna be fucking That's cool, man. I like that. I like that because I wonder if they will reach a limit, because I swear there's only a certain amount of beta keys that you can have. Or I suppose maybe not, because it's now open beta. Well, on the 24th, it'll be open beta rather than closed beta. It's the final stage of it. I mean, it's going to be, you'll get a beta key, it'll open up on the 24th, you won't be able to log in because there'll be so many fucking people trying to get on it. There'll be issues on top of issues.
No, I think you can play now for the KFC thing. I was listening to a podcast on the way over here, my Destiny podcast, And the geezer got his beta code from KFC, and he's been playing it.
Oh,
So
maybe then.
that's yeah. But at least in your case, you've already got the game now. So when it comes, it's free. It'll feel free.
Oh yeah, it is. So yeah, sorry, you are right. However, KFC is also giving out early access in a new promotion. Any customers who purchased blah 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 blah. Oh dear.
What?
However, KFC is also giving out early access in a new promotion. Any customers who purchase a Double Down or any KFC sandwich via the KFC app or website before March 18th will also get Diablo 4 beta early access.
I mean, it is the 18th.
Bear in mind that it is a limited time deal until March 18th and is not available in restaurants or via third-party platforms. And though the offer is pushing the new Double Down sandwich, according to the website, a number of other options will also grant access to early beta. So try your luck, basically.
Well, if I don't get beta code, at least I've had a delicious KFC. So there is that.
Well, I just see someone on Reddit. I'm from the UK and sadly the Double Down promotion is not being ran here.
Brilliant. Fuck that then.
Oh no!
I love KFC.
No, yeah. Well, try. See. They could be wrong. This is just Reddit. It could be wrong. I don't know.
KFC UK Diablo beta.
Oh, here we go. Fellow UK. Here you go. Here's a little hack for you. Fellow from one day ago. Fellow UK player here. Check the thread further up about pre-ordering on Amazon. DE. I don't know what DE is. Probably a different country or something. Just did this. Got the code emailed to me instantly and then cancelled the pre-order.
Filth. Filth.
Did it a few times to get my family some codes a little bit ago.
The trouble is, I ain't being spunky here, but I'm gonna buy it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I can just buy the game and just be done with it. You know what I mean?
I don't know what .de is though. I feel stupid for not knowing that.
Dick Ed with an E.
.de.
Country.
It's Federal Republic of Germany. So buy it from Amazon in Germany, and then you'll get the fucking code and then just cancel it.
Sounds like a ball ache.
It does sound like a fucking ball ache.
But what version did you buy?
The standard version.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, mate. Is I want to get the early access.
Well, I did get the early access.
No, I mean like come out days and days early. That's the version I'd be wanting.
It's not there. That's not a thing.
It is.
You don't get it days and days early.
You do.
No, you get the beta access early, but not the fucking actual release date early.
I think you'll find.
I think you'll find you don't.
I think you'll find you do.
You
4
don't.
days early access to Diablo 4 with the digital deluxe edition.
Which is
Right.
the beta.
No, 4 days early?
Is that the first one? The first one?
No, so there's open beta early access is tick. Diablo 3 Inarius Wings and Inarius Murloc Pet. World of Warcraft Rage Mount.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Diablo Immortal Umber Wing Darkness cosmetic set. And up to 4 days early access to Diablo 4. And a Temptation Mount and a Hellborn Carpus Mount Armor and Premium Season Battle Pass unlock. You've got the normal edition, which gives you open beta early access.
Yeah, I ain't paying the fucking 80 odd quid for having it that early. I can't bother.
Yeah, but you're not. You're paying 20 quid for early access and a mount armor and a season pass.
What's the edition I got? What do I get?
You got standard editions. So
Yeah.
you got Diablo 4 for Battle.net,
Yep.
open beta early access,
Mm-hmm.
light bearer mount, Diablo 3 Inanimous Wings and Inanimous Murloc Pet, World of Warcraft
Amalga.
of Rage mount,
Yeah.
and Diablo Immortal Umber Wing Darkness cosmetic set. And the
I
digital deluxe
haven't-
edition also gives you all that plus 4 days early access to Diablo 4.
I haven't come across my in-game mount for Diablo or that fucking cosmetic set it gives you, so I'm going to assume I get that on release,
Okay.
not in the beta.
Hold on, look, there's actual writing here which explains it. Each edition comes with its own set of bonuses, both for Diablo 4 and other games from Diablo franchises. Blah-de-blah-de-blah.
They're also mega expensive though as well.
Standard edition includes beta early access, light bearer mount, wings. The digital deluxe edition includes everything in the standard edition, as well as up to 4 days early access to the full release of Diablo 4.
Okay.
Mount, Hellborn, Carpus mount.
Is that the one you're going to go for then?
Finally, the priciest version. I don't know. I've got the big balls. I might go for the big balls.
The big ball balls. You have got big balls.
Massive balls. Comes with everything listed above, with one difference. Instead of the premium seasonal battle pass, you'll get the accelerated seasonal battle pass. The only difference seems to be starting with an extra tiers, 20 tiers. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for the middle version so I can play it early. Because the only unfortunate thing with the beta is none of it carries over, which is sad. So that it won't carry over to the main game.
The beta doesn't carry over, does it not?
No, I just looked into it.
To be fair, that does somewhat make sense because on the PTR realms for World of Warcraft, which is public test realms, which is basically beta, your progression doesn't carry over from there. You can copy characters on your main account onto the beta realms, but you can't. Any progression that's made on those realms cannot be transferred back over to WoW. But it makes sense, I guess, because then you're just going to get people logging in that are already fucking level 25 and have all of this shit that they've already got and blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, a beta's a beta, innit? You're getting a feel for what the game is all about. At least it gives you an idea so that when the game does come out, you already know what you're going to play, what class you're going to go with.
This is true, Jeff.
All of that type of shit. So, yeah. And, I mean, I've played for, fucking hell, not long, probably like...
Do you know what the sad thing is?
Tell me.
The initial release date for Diablo 4 was yesterday. Till it got delayed.
We all got fucked up. It doesn't give me a how long
I can
played.
confirm, by the way.
Go on.
Because I listened to a podcast,
Go on.
Destiny podcast, and a guy from IGN works there, and he does a lot of reviews. He's reviewing Diablo 4, and he did say that he can confirm that Diablo 4 will not be delayed because of inner workings and stuff that he knows. That is set in stone, the release date, so don't you worry about that, my little sweet prince.
Unlike some previous Diablo games, Diablo 4's cross-play multiplayer will let you team up with your friends even if you all play on different platforms.
Yes, and with the integration of Discord into the PlayStation, that's fabulous. I used that for the first time the other day.
I need to turn on my PlayStation to download that because I haven't actually done that yet.
You don't need to. It just works.
No, there'll be an update for it though, won't there?
I don't know. I don't remember there
Maybe.
being one. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, we spoke about it
Yeah,
before,
I know, but
ages
I
ago.
didn't know
though,
it
ages
came
ago.
out. But I was playing Destiny on that raid, and they was like, "Oh, have you got Discord?" And I was like, "Fucking hell, don't know how to use it." But I had it on my phone, accepted it. They're all coming through my phone, and there's a little button that just says switch to PS5.
Yep.
Press that, bang! It was all coming through the
Straight
headphones.
on your PS5. So is there an app in
Nah,
the PS5? So you got to do it on your phone and then swap it over onto the.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
I'm sure there's another way, but either way, the fact that they've implemented that, it now means that any cross-play platformed game, you can speak to them, but like however you want. That's great.
It's a game changer.
I love that shit.
Game changer.
It's almost like when we played No Man's Sky with Connor, and we were all on different shit. Well, no, me and you were both on the PlayStation, and he was on his fucking PC, and we could all talk to each other. I found that crazy, just using in-game chat. I was like, this is fucking incredible.
I might as well not bother because Connor talks like this.
Connor's very boring.
Just go into my ship and I'm flying to you now. Oh, what's that, bruv? I can't hear a fucking word you're saying.
Connor's got the kind of voice that makes you want to put your head through a wall just for a bit of excitement.
Sorry, Connor.
And I know he's going to be listening to this, and he won't argue because he would agree that he has a very, I'd say soothing, but it is boring at the same time. Same with Mark. Very boring voice.
Another thing that Diablo 4 does,
Go
by
on.
the way, is if I remember correctly after watching some videos,
Go on, tell me.
is I don't know if it's in any of the other Diablos, but PvP. So that could be tasty.
Yeah. That would be fucking unfair for people that are on a console. Like when we played fucking Overwatch.
Yeah.
That just weren't fair whatsoever.
Yeah, that was bollocks.
I just want to play these fucking druids, man. I really want to fucking play the druids. They look sick. They look fucking tasty. Tasty motherfuckers. Just seeing them wolves just standing next to you. Ooh. Ooh. I wonder if I can get you a picture of it.
Got to wait to the open beta for the Druid and Necro, it says.
It is that one, yeah. I thought so. I thought that might be the case. But they look fucking just, fucking...
Yeah, I've got too many games, man, that I need to get hold of. I've got to get hold of Diablo. I've got to get rid of Zelda. I've got to get hold of the new Star Wars game. And now games cost fucking 60, 70, 80 quids. Do you know what I mean? It's such a clever business model, but scummy, all this. Oh, buy the extra special edition and get early access. If there's an option for early access, I want to play it. I'm impatient. I want to. And you think of all them people that do that and how much extra dough they make. It's genius, but fucking bastards.
I know you can't really see the first wolf that well, but look, he's got another wolf sitting next to him. He's just chilling there with a fucking wolf next to him.
He looks hard. Oh, we need to move on because we're still on Diablo, and we've been on it for far too long.
I'm so sorry.
It's exciting though.
Tamas, if you're listening, get it, mate. It's fucking sick. There you go. There's half hour for you.
Get up there, chubby, on the ones and twos.
I really need a wee.
Have one.
Okay.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Well, you this is your bit. You just keep talking.
Dun 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 dun. Doing the classic old boots and cats there. If anyone wants to learn how to beatbox, just start with boots and cats. That's all I know how to do. Always wanted to beatbox, can't do it. I've always wanted to juggle, can't do that either. Some talents, man. Some real cool talents. How do people learn how to juggle? I'm quite good with hand-eye coordination. I can't do it for the life of me. Not even close. I can spin a ball on one finger. I can't re-spin it, but I can spin it once, quite substantially, and let it fling around on the axis. But yeah, so many cool tricks out there that I will never be able to achieve because I'm just not cool enough. Here he comes. Hagrid has returned.
Sorry.
Valheim released on...
You literally could have spoken about this whilst I was having a piss. When you go to the toilet, I hold the fort down and talk about relevant stuff. I'm sitting there having a piss, and all I can hear is you going, puts and cats. Wait, whoa.
You need to practice. That was awful.
Well, because who fucking sits there and does that? Shut up, man.
Right, I'm not being funny, but it's a talent. I wish I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Valheim came out.
I'm going to have Chinese tonight.
On Game Pass. Early access, I guess. It's still not the 1.0 edition.
You're liking it,
Been out on the PC for about a year, I think. Came out to raving reviews, although obviously not in full release yet, but still. And I can safely say I can see what all the fuss was about. I started off a little bit like, what's all the fuss about? And now I'm like, oh, that's what all the fuss was about. It is fucking lovely.
You like it, yeah?
I fucking love it. I'm hooked.
What about it makes you love it? Because I don't understand it.
Yeah, but that's what I don't understand about the fact that you don't understand. Because it's basically No Man's Sky, but like
take away all the ships.
Yeah, and just World of Warcraft version. It's collecting resources. It's putting them in places. It's
building though. That's what puts me off.
Though. I don't know where you get this building from. You can build things, of course you can. But you don't have to build.
I saw a video of a guy that had built like a wall with a slope on it, and he was just sprinting up the slope, hitting this wall, and it was getting his sprinting skill up. And then he had built another bit of wood that was sectioning off, and it was just enough to stand under it, and he was just jumping, and it was leveling up his jumping skill.
Yeah,
I thought that was fucking stupid.
Right, okay. That's your problem with Valheim, is it?
I just don't like games where you have to build.
Yeah, but you could
I don't like them.
But what you've just said is the same you could be said about No Man's Sky.
Yeah, but I didn't build in No Man's Sky. I got my little fucking
you did though.
your little city that you had. And then that was it. You didn't build anything there.
You did build. You built on your ships. You built rooms. You built fucking different things to store stuff in. That's exactly the same as Valheim.
Yeah,
you don't have to build like these extravagant things.
Oh, but you do though.
You do, but you don't.
You do.
I'll tell you what I've done, right?
Tell me. Tell me now.
I started the game scared.
Alone.
Frightened. A little bit frightened.
Horny.
Not so much. And yeah, it's very simple. It's very like non-handholdy, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just figure it out on your own. It took me a long time to realise, why can't I craft any of these cool shit? It's because I had to interact with the workbench. I thought you just done it through the build menu, but there you go. I digress. All I've done is I wandered around the island. It's all procedural generated, by the way, so everyone's island's different. And
it's like Minecraft, isn't it?
Fuck me, you think it's small, mate? Zoom out. Jesus Christ, that's big.
They've all got a seed.
Fuck me, it's massive.
Is it multiplayer?
Yeah, I told you this.
Yeah.
So what I did is I found myself a little place next to a black forest. So different biomes. The black forest is like the second zone. So I found a place right there on a tiny little island between the black forest, which is the second zone, as I've just said, and there's a river between it. And I built a tiny little house.
Yep.
Next to the river, so I can catch fish. And I built a tiny house. I put loads of chests in there and a bed, just so I can put all my items in there. So if I die, it's not the end of the world. I've still got backup. And that's essentially all I've done. And I go out and I forage for wood.
So what is the point? Is it like No Man's Sky where there is no point? You just... I miss No Man's Sky. I don't know why.
It's a bit of both, man, because there's my base. There's world bosses. There's bosses that you need to kill. Right? For example, the boss in the first like zone, I think it's called the meadow, is it's like a giant deer, essentially.
Mm.
So there's a place where you have to summon it. To get the boss to summon, you have to collect deer trophies. And it took me a long time to work that out because I didn't know. It doesn't really tell you that. It just says offer up a sacrifice, but it doesn't tell you what you're sacrificing.
Oh, right. So you just got to figure it out yourself.
Yeah. So I looked at the stone and it realised that it was a deer. So I figured it had to be something with a deer.
Yeah.
So I went and killed loads of deer. And eventually, I summoned. I offered up the trophies of the deer heads, and lo and behold, the deer fucking monster thing spawned.
Did you kill it?
Yeah, I killed it, yeah. It took me about 48 attempts. What I liked was I built because you can set your own spawn point. So there's loads of like pre-made little houses you'll come across. So I just popped a little bed in one of them and then activated that as my spawn point. Summoned the boss, got some of his health down. He killed me, quickly spawned back where I just put the bed, ran back. His health doesn't regenerate. Like you can just keep whacking, keep trying. Problem is with dying is you lose your skills. Your skill points level down.
Oh, you don't lose them all. They just regress a bit.
Yeah, so they punish you by thing. But if you die, and you can run back to your body and get all your items back. And if you die doing that, it doesn't reset them. You can just go back and get them. It doesn't matter. So there's no real like, oh no, I've lost everything. So yeah, I died so many times, but I just kept running back and hitting him a couple of times, dying, running back, hitting him. But now I had him nailed down towards the end. I knew exactly what his patterns were. It was easy. But yeah, so I killed the first boss, and now my plan is to go into the Black Forest, which I have. But there's there's massive trolls in there. You're just going around having a little mooch. All of a sudden, there's trees falling down, the screen's shaking. There's a fucking ginormous troll following you.
Nice.
And then you kill them, and then I got some of his troll fat, and I made some troll armor. So now I'm like armored up. But what I didn't realize for a very long time is you can repair items for free. So I made, out of killing that first boss, I got the ability to craft a antler pickaxe. So I could mine ore, right? So I was like, finally, I can make some fucking weaponry.
Yep.
I broke my pickaxe very shortly after that, and I was so angry, I just dashed it into the water. What I didn't know was that I could have repaired that. Now I don't know how to craft another pickaxe because I don't have any more boss antlers. So I'm just like, I don't really know what I'm doing now.
Great.
But But yeah, so you can literally repair all your buildings, all your weapons, all your armor at a workbench for free, which is great. So
I'll have to give it another crack because I tried to play it the other day, didn't I? And it kept crashing on me. It would not fucking load up. It was doing my head in. But just hearing you talk about it is making me very much want to play No Man's Sky again.
That's what I mean. That's what it's got, is that really enjoyable thing of I don't know why, it's not for everyone, but there's something really satisfying about going out, mining a fucking rock, taking all this fucking ore, running home and sticking it in your chest and being like, right, that's my ore chest. I've got tin in there.
Well, it's survival, isn't it? That's the beauty of survival games. Is it is the accumulation of valuable things.
It's lovely. Yeah.
It's like DayZ. There is no point to it,
game.
but you just like the fact that you know that there's other people running around with fuck all to their name, and you've got all this weaponry, all this cool shit, and you could kill anyone you wanted. Yeah. Maybe I will jump on it. The graphics look weird.
Yeah, I mean,
they look a bit waffy.
Yeah, I don't mind the graphics. I think they're fine. But it's not a survival game in the sense of, oh, I'm really hungry, I need to eat. So how that works is your base health will always be 25.
Okay.
But if you like eat cooked meat or something, it'll give you like plus 30 health. You can eat 3 different things. So you can't eat 3 bits of bacon, for example. Mm-hmm. You'd have to eat a bit of bacon, a bit of fucking deer, and a bit of something else. And it'll give you 3 buffs. So your health could be like 100 and something, depending on how good the meat is.
Yeah.
And then after 25 minutes or however long it lasts, your health will go back to 25. It's not like, oh, I'm hungry, I need to eat, I'm going to die. There ain't none of that. If you're wet and or cold, it'll come up at the top. That just means your stamina won't regenerate really quickly. But there's no, I'm going to die of hypothermia. So it's not like major.
So it's just buffs and debuffs.
Yeah, that's
which
all
is
that
exactly how it fucking should be. Oh my god, I hate that shit. That's the one thing I don't like about No Man's Sky. Even though by our point you have an unlimited amount of resources to the point where it's not an issue, but that forced having to eat and drink and sleep and all that bullshit. Oh, I fucking hate it.
Are you talking about DayZ? No Man's Sky's got none of that.
No Man's Sky's got that.
You must be playing on like...
No. I'm not. You're thinking about genuine. I'm thinking the shield and the I forget what it's called when you got to constantly recharge that, ain't you? And fucking your laser beams and all that type of shit.
Yeah, there's none of that. But like, this is what I mean. For when you said you don't like building in games, I'm exactly the same. I hate building. It fucking winds me up. It's boring. It's tedious.
Yep.
But there's something about this game that makes me want to build. So I've got my little house. So I have a very tiny little house, right? Very small little fucking. Literally, it's wood, and then a thatched roof. That's literally all it was. That is literally it. But as I've like collected more and more things, and I'm understanding more and more about the game, what's so funny about that?
Just you in your shitty little fucking wooden house with your shitty chest filled with ore and broken pickaxes.
This is how dumb I am. I put a fire indoors in the house, and I thought it's fine. It's a computer game.
No, burnt that fucker down, did it?
No, it didn't burn it down. It just smoked me out. I started fucking dying of smoke inhalation. It says fucking smoking. There's just smoke everywhere.
Yeah.
You need like a chimney. I didn't realise. I was just like, smoke. And yeah, a couple of times, because the room's so small, I ran over the fire and set myself on fire and died. Yes. But there's something about the game. So now, for like, I've got loads of chests. I've got I'm proper like meticulous where I put this in this one, this in this one. That's my food. That's my ore. That's my metals. That's my valuables. All that sort of stuff. But then I've built like spiked fence all round, like out the front,
so no fucker can get in.
So no one can get in. But I've also got like I've got a fire out there with loads of like things to cook food on, and I've got log piles. So if you've got like a stack of 50 log, you can just turn it into a pile. Mm-hmm. So I've got log piles out there. I've got stone piles out there. Last night I created a smelter and a forge, so I can now craft decent gear. I've built little staircase. I mean, when I say built, I've literally gone into stairs and gone click, click, click. So it's not like, it's not difficult. I've created a little staircase so I can go to the top of the spiked fence. And if anyone comes, I've got the arrows. I'm just pinging them off like, I'm not talking about other players. I'm talking about because every now and again, like I haven't experienced it, but I've watched videos and your world can get raided by like enemies will try and fucking break into your base. So you got some defense there. But I built a boat, like I said I was gonna. I built a raft. That took me a while to work out how to sail. Very simple, but I made a right pig's ear of it and just kept going around in circles. I thought, what's going on here? Am I fucking about with the wind? I didn't know what was going on, but I was just a knob.
So what was the solution?
I was rowing the wrong way, basically. So there's, like I said, it doesn't really explain things very well. But so you get on your boat and you can like operate the back of it.
He was slamming it in reverse.
Yeah, so you can press down to go backwards, and there's a little arrow that comes up. You can press up once and it will oar, so you can go slowly, which is good for turning. Or you can press it up 2 more times and it will get the sail out and you can go. You can
really fucking speed it up.
It's very obvious what you're doing. So I had a little sail around on that, and that sunk.
What do you mean it sunk?
It sunk.
What do you mean it sunk?
I panicked and I was trying to get away from something.
You lit a fire.
Yeah, no, I pushed it up on a beach and then I got attacked, so I ran, went to get back on my boat, and then these monsters came and smashed me up while I was on the boat, and the boat just fucking disintegrated into a million pieces and floated down the river. But I say it weren't a boat, it was just a bit of wood. It was just a raft. There was no boat. And I've seen people with these massive long ships. I made a raft.
That's great. That is fan-fucking-tastic.
I've seen people with like, and this is what I mean when I say that it makes you want to build, because I've seen people with like their own little boat ramps and stuff, so they can push their boat down
and get it out and all that.
Yeah, and it's so cool. And but I thought, why? I'm not going to want to stay here forever. This is just a starter zone. But then I don't like. So I've stayed away from spoilers because I really like it. I don't want to. I like finding out new things as I'm playing. But I know you can make portals, so you can like transport gear through portals and stuff. So put a portal in your house, give it a keyword to the other portal, and you can just go straight into wherever you want to be.
Right.
So it's easy to transfer gear across. But yeah, you're just running around. There's little dungeons underground. And you put your own markers down.
Have you come across any other players yet?
No, because it's not like that. That's not.
You got to invite them into your world, or you got to be invited into their world.
Yeah. So you could come play in my. So if you invited me into your game, I can come with my character and all my stuff in my inventory, and then whatever I collect. Say you're in a different biome to me, and I've not been there before.
Yeah.
And I start collecting things I've never collected before. That all comes back with me. So if, for example,
that makes sense. That's how it should be.
So you're running around and you find a bit of fucking amber on the floor. You've never seen amber before. How it works in this game, you'll pick the amber up. It'll come up at the top. You've picked amber up for the first time. You can now craft this, and this. That's how you unlock crafting. Finding it in the open world. So I was like running into the Black Forest before I should be in there, really, trying to find new stuff that I've never found, plants and rocks and whatever else, so I could learn new crafting recipes just by picking them up.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. So yeah, everyone's world's different. There are public servers, but I haven't obviously looked into going in any of them because I'm still learning the game. So I think it would be cool to go into a public server and play against other people and have your own little camps and stuff like that. But I'm
kind of like Rust.
Yeah, I've never played it, but yeah, Rust and Ark and all them ones like that. But yeah, the general premise of it, I think you'd like, because it is No Man's Sky, but in a medieval kind of setting, in a Viking setting, and there is more of a goal in this than No Man's Sky probably, because there's like 8 bosses or something you can kill in each, or one in each biome, and there is a underlying story. But yeah, there are actual bosses to summon and kill. And yeah, it seems so light on the surface, but it's so in depth. And as I said, the biggest praise I can give it, exactly like you, I hate building in games, but this game makes me want to build. Not perfect structures, but just I want to build a little boathouse.
Yeah,
I want to build a little ramp. I want to have a big old ship that I can go out and sail on. You know, all that stuff. But yeah, the actual that's why I never played Minecraft, because I hate fucking building. It's boring.
I my issue with building is that I'm not artistically minded whatsoever. I haven't got an eye for the arts. I'm fucking awful with it. So you tell me to build something, well, just like you tell me to build a house, and I'm going to give you 4 walls and a roof,
Exactly
and a door.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm not going to be able to give you for like some of the shit you see on No Man's Sky, some of the bases and stuff on that, and the shit that we've seen and visited. So I ain't going to be able to give you that. So when you say that there's building mechanics in this game, as long as they're optional, fair play. I might have a little dabble at it, but even like the fucking the room of requirement in Hogwarts. Yes, I changed the skin of the place and dotted some things about, but the fucking like where you could put all your pets and shit and how you could build a load of stuff, built fuck all in there, nothing, because I can't be bothered. I'm not interested in it. So,
but this game, for some reason, maybe it's just me, but it makes me want to. Makes me want to expand things and like I say, because you're unlocking more and more things. Obviously, there is some elements of building that you have to do. For example, you have to have a roof over your bed, so you have to build some sort of shelter for it. Otherwise, your bed won't work. But like building forges and stuff, it's simple as I've got enough material to build a forge. Let me select it, rotate it where I want it, and click it, and it's done. You know what I mean, it needs coal. Okay, how do I get coal? I overcook food. Or I put wood in this and it makes coal. And it's just that constant. Yesterday I had one machine, I was putting wood in, it was giving me coal, and then I was taking that coal and putting it into the other machine that I was putting my tin ore in to create tin. And it was just like this little flow of my resources making something more valuable and useful. And now I've got loads of tin and copper to actually use to build.
It sounds interesting. Maybe I'll give it.
It's just the resources. I love resource management stuff and collecting.
I'm surprised you don't play more life like simulators. Really.
Yeah, but the trouble is that if there's one thing I could change about No Man's Sky is I'd like there to be actual combat. I wish there was I wish I could shoot alien motherfuckers. I don't like it. It's just all them fucking
Sentinels.
Yeah, I want it to be aliens. I want aliens to land on me and like.
No Man's Sky. Obviously, we got some fucking cool shit on there, like the freighter, and then you get the. Forgive me, I really can't remember the names of them, but the one where, remember when I made that big bionic suit thing.
Yeah, the exomech.
Yeah, and then you can upgrade it to a point where it will operate itself. And if you have an upgrade for the freighter, wherever your freighter is, that thing you can fucking call it in, and it will. But the mechanics of it sort of didn't work because I had a thing where it would protect you, and it would go out and it would mine itself and do everything on its own accord, or you could fucking ride it if you wanted to, and it just would never do anything of its own accord. It would just follow me around and do fuck all. But very, very cool.
This game's got that.
Plus, I want the combat.
Plus, it's got combat. There's constant fucking annoying little gremlins coming up to me. There's trolls. There's skeletons. And I've only seen like the most basic enemies, like shamans.
And that's what you want. Yeah, you want the combat, because with No Man's Sky, like we say, you got the Sentinels, which is basically like your wanted level, but they're not. It's nothing. It's nothing incredible. You can blow other people up. You can start having dogfights with other actual players and shit like that. But as far as jumping out your ship and attacking shit that's attacking you, it's just little fucking Daleks running around. I want
to pull up on a base and see loads of aliens there,
that you can
and just be like, I'm going to kill all these and take all their stuff. But there's not that. Where here is, like I say, there's all that and more. And I've looked on Reddit and people, because obviously there's a lot of new players coming in on the Xbox because it's only just come out on console. And people saying, where do I start? And people are like, mate, 200 hours in and you ain't even scratching the surface. This game is fucking something else.
Big boy.
Something else. Like, you know what I mean? It's essentially never ending, and you're just always discovering new stuff. And a common meme I'm seeing is people saying, if you come across a really sunny, beautiful looking biome, 100% go in there. There's definitely not something that's going to kill you instantly as soon as you walk in there and destroy everything you've ever loved. And I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to find that biome and have a look and see what this fucking monster is that's going to spawn. So it's just if you like No Man's Sky, I think it's right up your street, because obviously take away the space and the ships and stuff, but you can make carts to like push your gear along. So if you've got loads of stone and rock and whatever else, you can like push it back. I haven't done it, but I've seen the little raven turn up and tell me all these little tooltips.
Yeah, I remember the ravens.
Yeah, so it's really good. If you like collecting things, hoarding things, and just going about, something very satisfying. I turned it on yesterday, And I was excited to play just because before I went to bed the night before, I went through all my chests and sorted everything out. Whereas before, it was just getting chucked in any old chest.
So you're now ready.
Now,
organised.
I'm organised, man. I've got all my fish in one box. I've got all my food in one.
It's like living another life, innit?
My uncooked food in that, my rocks in that, my feathers in that, my leather.
Does the uncooked food and shit, does it go off?
Nah, none of that.
You can just have it and it will be... Yeah, I like that.
It's like I say, it's
I'm not running around with a chicken fillet and then getting infected because it's fucking gone mouldy in my pocket.
It's survival sim, but it's kind of light survival sim.
Yeah.
I've got
casual.
And that's but it's serious in terms of I'm getting my ass kicked. I've died probably 50 times in that game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, I was learning, innit? I didn't know I had to eat food to get more health. I thought I was leveling up my health and stuff. So, you know, and it's unforgiving, man. You get whacked up, you're in trouble. If you're swimming across you want to swim across this little river that I fucking live near now. If I run out of stamina halfway across, I'm just going to drown. You know, so it's very interesting. I might build a bridge across there. That might help. And then because I'm always going across there, but I have to fucking swim, and it's a cunt. So yeah, the game is fantastic. I'm having a lot of fun with that. So Valheim, check that shit out. We should speed this up. We've been doing this for a while. Next up...
Well, we ain't got to fucking do it all.
Sadly, very sad in fact, is the passing of Lance Reddick, found out yesterday.
I see all the TikTok tributes where they're all the Guardians are standing around doing whatever and saluting, and very, very touching.
Yeah, if you don't know, Lance Reddick is the voice of Commander Zavala in Destiny.
Guardians. It's very good.
He's also in The Wire, which I've never seen. He's also the villain from the Horizon games.
Funnily enough, when you think of Destiny, he is always the voice that pops into my head because you can just hear him saying Guardians.
He's got the most iconic voice
ever,
I swear. Very, very sad news. I turned the PlayStation on this morning. Let Jem have a lay-in this morning, but while the kids were playing, I put the PlayStation on. I went to the tower and I just stood in front of Zavala and saluted, and I just put the control up and just left it there. And then when I went back, because I put the telly back on for the kids, when I went back, there was so many people there loaded in. People just like kneeling in front of him, and I know it doesn't mean anything. It's just a computer game, but there's something about that that's so lovely. And just
but it's a sign of respect. It's in my head, it's no different to if you have someone buried in a grave and you go pay respects at their tombstone. It's or headstone. Is it tombstone, headstone?
Yeah, either.
It's the person ain't there. You know what I mean? They're not. They're dead. But it's you're still showing that respect, and I think you don't have a connection with this person on a physical level, but you have a connection of them through the game. So if your only way to really show respect to them is to the fucking game, which they obviously love because they voiced it for so many fucking years, then I think it's cool, man. Sure, people will look at it and go, "That's fucking stupid," but for the people that are affected by it in terms of the game, it isn't stupid.
It's very sad. We're always talking to Zavala because you go and get your bounties and
everything
stuff
from him. Yeah.
He's the main man, and his voice is always in the trailers. He's the one that voices over it. He's got such an iconic voice.
Yeah,
he's been there through the whole thing, and that's all I can do. It's all anyone can really do, other than send a condolences message on Twitter, etc. But just to stand there, salute, and when I turned it back on and saw, because I only knew that's what everyone was doing. I saw it. I thought that's a great idea, so I put it on this morning, went and done that, and then when I look back, there was loads of people just doing the same thing or different emotes in front of him, and I left it for about 2 hours, man. I was on there for ages not playing. So
like I say, my TikTok's been flooded with whether that's because of the algorithm, because I keep liking it, but definitely seeing a lot of montage and stuff like that, and it's nice. It's nice. It's a nice little way of showing support, showing respect.
So, rest in peace, Lance and Commander Zavala. Very sad. Eyes up, Guardian, as he would say, eh?
And then that's our little depressing segue onto finishing this episode.
With Destiny, I guess I'll finish on my story of my raid, shall I? You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Oh, go on then. That was funny.
I tried the day one raid. The new raid came out. And, it was a good time. It was a good time. I managed to find some players through the Destiny app to play with, some like-minded fellows, if you will.
Okay.
We got through the first 2 encounters. It took a long time, but we got there. But yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard to coordinate, 6 people, 5 other people, into doing specific tasks. And basically, you're just trying to get everyone up to speed until you can get that perfect run where everything runs perfectly and smoothly. And then you get through the encounter. And it's hard when you don't know any of these people and they don't know any of you. But we did it. We got through it. We banged our heads against the wall for many hours. It was a long time for the first 2 encounters. Long story short, got to the 3rd encounter, and I was on Discord with these people because they wanted me in the Discord, so that's what I was doing. And then my Discord died, and it just said I'd been removed from the Discord, or my Discord server has gone down or whatever, so I couldn't hear them. So frantically, I messaged quickly because I was still in the game with them. My voice chat's gone. I don't know what's happened, or Discord's down or whatever. Instantly. Straight after that.
It's bringing up the message.
Straight after that, it said I'd been removed from the game.
Yeah, motherfucker.
So I'd been playing with these people for I don't know how many hours, like a long time, building up friendships that would last a lifetime. But there you go. That's how it goes. And then I received this message from one of the participants. I'm so sorry, man. My friend is such an asshole.
They're American, in case you can't tell.
I said, what happened? He said, since our other friend got online, he wanted to ditch you. I said, oh, fair enough. I said, you should have just said I would have left. Good playing with you guys. Take care. He said, okay, sorry again. You take care too. It's great playing with you. I said, good luck. And that was the end of that.
Fuming.
I was a little bit upset considering we got through the first 2 encounters together.
That's a fucking dodgy one, man. There's an unwritten rule. We call it pugging. Is when you make a group from absolute random people. I don't know why it's called a pug.
To be fair, they were all friends. I was the only random.
Yeah, but they were still looking for a spot that needed filling, and you filled it. So I feel if you make a group and you're normally say you are a friendship group of 6 people and one of them isn't there, so you have to fill their spot. If they then come into the game halfway through a raid, you shouldn't kick out the 6th person that you've used to fill their spot when they finally arrive. It isn't fair. Or you should at least tell that 6th person. So they should have said to you, "Hello, mate, you can join us, but be aware." There is a sixth person. They're not here at the moment, but they are due to come on in 2 hours. So if they do come, we will is it okay if we kick you out and then they replace you? Like a heads up, because then you can turn around and go, no, fuck that. I want to do the whole thing. You find someone else. They should have. There ain't no way in hell they're doing a raid, and their friend turns up and then goes, "Oh, I'll join you." That shit. They already knew that person was coming. 100%.
The writing was on the wall.
Silly cunts. So why not fucking say it? It's mean. It's evil.
A couple of minutes before that, they were all talking. It was fun. We was bantering. You know, I was the English guy.
They're great.
Yeah,
They're American. Everyone's like, "Oh, you sound funny," and you sound funny.
Yeah.
We all sound funny.
It was great. We was laughing. I was throwing in some classic English sarcasm.
Yeah.
He was loving it, not really understanding it, but
Bastards.
they was loving it. Yeah. you bloody sausages.
You bloody telling the Queen about this.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
exactly.
the King, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, we was all getting on. It weren't like awkward. I weren't in silence or nothing like that. And let's have it right. Like, we ain't getting through them first 2 encounters if I ain't doing my job properly, because everyone needs to, otherwise you ain't getting through. And the second encounter was all me. You know, I managed to be able to do something that takes 2 people on my own, and that freed up an extra person to do ad clear. So essentially, I was doing more than enough.
Way more.
So yeah, when it come to that, the writing was on the wall. We was getting towards the 3rd encounter, and someone said, "Oh, such and such is out of work. They come online." And then after they said that, there was only 2 people left talking. Everyone was just kind of muted. So it was like, "Oh, such and such," and they weren't answering. I was like, "Oh, where's he gone?" And there was obviously messaging each other and stuff like that. So yeah, when it kicked me out of Discord, because they obviously wanted to kick me out of the Discord first, because if they kicked me out of the game first, I could still be hearing them.
Yeah.
So they did that first, and then I was looking around and they were teabagging or not, just doing that. I was like, what's going on? So I wrote the message, and then boom, I was out. At least one of them had the decency to say, "Oh, sorry about that." He obviously was fighting my corner. I didn't want that to happen. But like I say, that's all well and good. I'm kind of opposite to you. If that's what you want to do, just tell me. It's cool. Just be like, you know, oh, by the way, my pals come on. Do you mind if... Yeah, that's cool. I get it. You know, I was filling in. But don't just boot me, you know.
No, I don't agree with the whole booting someone. Unless you're underperforming in a raid, I don't feel... If you have to force someone to say that, oh, it's all right, guys, I'll leave, then you shouldn't be doing that in the first place, especially if that person's pulling their weight in a raid. If your pal turns up late and there's no spaces, and then if it were me, and I've run many a raid before on like WoW, if it was ever I was in that situation and one of my pals rocked up and there was no space for him in the raid, I'd just tell him straight, I'd go, there's no room. You turned up late. Everyone else signed on the calendar. They signed that dotted line saying they'll be here at this time, and they turned up. You'd have to wait for the next one. Or if a spot opens up, I'll let you know and you can join us. Never, all right, random, who's sitting top of the DPS table, you fuck off. I'm going to get my mate in that I've known for 6 months. Fuck off, man. Fucking pricks.
Yeah, that is the sad part of it.
I want the viewers, the listeners, to know what Gemma's reaction was, please.
Oh yeah. So she was not happy. I took my headphones off, and she was just on her phone on TikTok or whatnot. And I said, because she knows what's going on. She's been around me long enough to know when I'm talking to friends or when I'm talking to randoms, and you know what I'm actually entailing, what's actually entailing and what I'm doing. And I was like, they kicked me out. I was like, she was like, what do you mean? I was like, because this was the next morning, I think. Yeah, this was the next morning. So she woke up and I said to her, I said, I'm glad you was asleep last night. She was like, why? I said, I was playing, you know them guys I was playing with, they booted me out because their friend came online. She was like, what? I was like, it's all right, babe. I said, one of them messaged me. What did she say? Because I messaged you telling it, didn't I?
Yeah. What was it? Sent me the voice note, wasn't it?
Was that what it was? I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I was like, yeah, they booted me out. I was playing with them for ages, and their friend came online, and she's like, give me a phone. I was like, no, you're not. She was like, no, I'm going to message him. Oh, yeah, and then she took my phone, didn't she? That's it. And she gave me a phone, so I gave her my phone. And I was like, don't write to him. And I took my phone off her, and she'd written, listen here, you piece of shit. That's it. I was like,
listen here, you piece of shit.
Listen here, you piece of shit. I was like, Jem, you can't say that. I was like, he was the alright one. He was the one that messaged me saying sorry.
Listen here, you piece of shit.
Oh man, she was so angry. She was so angry with them. Because I think she feels like a protective mother. She feels like I've been a little bit bullied on the school playground or something.
Yeah.
I was like, Jem, it's not that deep. I just want to go sleep.
You
anyway.
kicked my husband off of his game.
Yeah, basically that. But it's not that deep. I mean, it annoyed me because we was getting to the third encounter and there's only 4 encounters, and I was like halfway through the raid.
And you'd already put hours into it.
Yeah, and it was like 1 or half 1 in the morning, and I thought, fuck it, I've come this far. I'm going to
do it.
Let's do it. If I'm up till 5, 6 in the morning, this don't happen very often, or whatever. I'm gonna fucking do this raid, and actually I've got.
So little do those Americans know that they've made a solid enemy in the land of the United Kingdom.
No, just in the world of Destiny. I'll be flying my ship, keep my eyes open for them motherfuckers. I come across them in any LFGs, I'll be sabotaging their games.
Yeah.
No, it's not that deep, man. I wish them the best because
fuck them. I would. I'd do that petty shit. They can go fuck themselves. I'd be sabotaging all types of shit.
Man, they were cool, bro. They were cool.
When because I had it not too long ago where I was removed from a group wrongly, and we was at the final boss of the raid, and what happens is when you get removed from the group, you have about 30 seconds and then it teleports you out to the nearest graveyard. Well, this boss, it's a big dragon thing, and it's on a floating platform, basically. And it's smack bang in the middle, and everyone groups up on one of the edges of this platform, and then there's a countdown for someone pulls, and we all fucking go ham on it. Well, basically, they kicked me, and with the last 30 seconds of my life, when everyone was there was 20 people that were standing there, I pulled the fucking boss, and then jumped off the platform. I didn't give a fuck. But it aggroed onto everyone else. So everyone else died, and that meant everyone else had to repair all of their gear, and it's expensive and it's time consuming, and they've all got to go all the way through the raid to get back to the last boss. And it was my little petty way of going, fuck you for kicking me. You've now got a massive repair bill, and you've got to spend another 10 minutes getting to the end of this boss.
You are scum.
I hate it, man. I hate it. I'm like you. Just tell me if I got to go, then tell me that I got to go. Don't just kick me on the sly. If I've got to go and then I'm refusing to go, then yeah, kick me. If you're the raid leader, then get rid of me. But if I will always bow out graciously. If you say, look, mate, you're doing a bit shit here. You're all right if you just go because
Fuck
you're
off.
holding us back. I go, all right, yeah, fair play, mate. I'm gone.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
that's
yeah.
fair. That's fair. But yeah, at the end of the day, I made it. After that, the next day I played again and made it to the last boss. Got kicked again. But there we go. Like, that's.
Have you done it yet?
Nah, I'm on the last boss.
That's so annoying.
So I've done the first 3 encounters and I've made it to the last boss.
Well, I would imagine that surely there must be loads of people that are looking for that just to join a raid where it's the last boss so they can get whatever it is at the end and
of course, yeah, and that's what I'll be looking to do. But
a raid skip.
The only sad part of it is there's a thing called contest mode when the raid first drops. So you get 48 hours to do it, and you get like an emblem to say you've done it.
You've done it in 48 hours.
It's harder. So when I was doing it, it was harder.
Yeah.
Everything hit harder. Everything you have to be doing quicker.
Yeah. Hasn't been tuned or anything.
No, yeah, it's made for like the first runners basically.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get my first ever day one. Essentially, is called like a day one raid.
And they fucked it.
Yeah, and I just got screwed over by not being able to do it.
The Americans fucked it for us as well on that
is.
one. I feel bad because like 90% of our listenership is from America.
It is
but
what it is.
come on, guys.
Yeah,
fuck's sake. What are you doing?
It is what it is. But yeah, I just need to do the boss now. But I don't know enough about the boss mechanics. I'll have to jump in fairly blind.
It's YouTube, man.
It's quite tough. Yeah, I know.
It's
but
YouTube it all.
the thing is with Destiny, you don't necessarily have the gear that they have. You know what I mean? You don't always have the same armor. You don't have the same stat rolls.
Yeah.
It's not as
Yeah, I
simple
suppose
as
the
that.
gear makes way more difference than it does on World of Warcraft
Yeah,
in
it's
terms
like,
of mechanics and shit
You
like that.
need different stat rolls. Have you built into this? Are you a... I haven't unlocked all the subclasses. I only really play as a Titan, so some people are using a Warlock, and you know what I mean? So
No, I get you.
there's a lot to it as opposed to just doing it. But yeah, the mechanics, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's fucking hard, that last boss. Or I think it is. But once I've done that, that'll be my second ever raid complete.
So hopefully next week when we do episode 40, you would have done it.
Episode 40, that's nutty.
It's crazy, isn't it? 40 fucking weeks. It's nearly a year.
Yeah, man, we've plodded through. Ain't going nowhere yet, bitch. Do you know what I mean?
I'm waiting for an email from the guy for the t-shirts. I've changed it from hoodies to t-shirts now.
I signed us up for some panels at Star Wars Celebration. So there's like
what?
I've signed us up for some panels to go and look at the panels to the show, basically.
I really, for a minute there, I really thought that you had said that you signed us up to be on a panel.
Oh no,
I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that.
This one about Darth Skywalker. Got a clue.
We're going to go and watch some panels.
Yeah, well, hopefully. So
Interesting.
the way they do it is it's like a lottery system.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone wants to go and watch everything.
Yeah.
So I just put out.
So then we've got to take out a 25-year mortgage to afford this one as well.
It's free.
Like that.
But you just put yourself in the thing, and then if your name's drawn, essentially, then you can.
It'll be you, motherfucker, that gets it, and not me.
No,
I have to sit outside.
We go as a group, innit?
No, that's cool.
I don't know how it works, but if
When is this again? May?
No.
April
the 7th. Like 2 weeks.
Fuck.
2-3 weeks.
I got to book that time off because if you book it off, you get a load of days, don't you?
Yeah, you need to book it off. It's a bank holiday.
No, I know, but if you book off, I think it's like for 4 days, you get 9 days off or some shit like that.
Right, so yeah, I feel ya.
Yeah. Oh, it's exciting. Really not far.
Oops.
Decent.
We made it to the end of the podcast without any scummy burps or farts.
Yeah, motherfuckers. So, yeah, come on.
Get out.
More of this.
Don't pay rent. Get out.
We're going to fuck off. That's the end of episode 39. We hope you've enjoyed it. We're going to go and do the exclusive episode, which is available for £5 a month.
Jedi Club.
Ooh, the Jedi Club.
Oh, me, man. Get out.
What'sthebuttons.com patreon.com /what'sthebuttons. If you want to give us some dough.
Money, money, money.
If you don't, then that's perfectly okay. I wouldn't want to give us money.
Nah, me either.
See you later, maggots.
See you later. Oh, right.
Oh, right.